We are joined by Dr. Nick this morning, and we're talking crime, punishment, and redemption. Good to see you.
Good morning, Whitney.
You know, I have never been so close to so many violent criminals, and yet I felt completely safe. I felt like a lot of their lives had been redeemed and turned over, and they had found real value in prison, which shocked me. And part of it is, you know, the question, we talk about the death penalty. Should people be put to death? And yet, these people were examples that, boy, lives really can be turned around. They weren't just saying that to me. I mean, honestly, there is a sincerity there, and there were too many of them for it all to be false.
Yeah. Well, you know, I thank you for raising the subject in light of these wonderful experiences you had there with these prisoners. And you raise it in a way that I think makes it, we're going to struggle with this question of death penalty. And I think as a society we need to struggle with it. As you know, the Roman Catholic Church, the official teaching of the Roman Catholic Church is anti-death penalty. And I am convinced that the main reason is precisely with regard to what you just raised. Is there redemption? Do we close the door when someone has done a violent crime? At what point do we say they're not worthy of living anymore? And I know we can get caught in the eye for an eye. There's a lot of religious experiences.
Let's go right to the Old Testament.
Revenge is real, wanting. But again, if you just look at the death penalty and take it out of the redemption for a moment, it costs more. You know, jurors can give them life without parole.
Yes.
And again, as you said, what's the power of redemption? You remember Dead Man Walking? Oh. Very powerful book and film that just captures the gray that we have to live in.
Yes.
The gray.
Yes.
I wish more people could have that experience.
I do too. I do too. It was, again, you know, I didn't know exactly what the crimes were because we didn't know who we were going to be interviewing, but I came back yesterday and did some research, and I was horrified. I mean, how could this guy that I was talking to, who I really liked and was very engaging, and I loved his story, the climb that he has been on to get out of that horrible, dark place in his life and find a new purpose and find meaning. But to be standing that close to what at one time was pure evil is just stunning to me.
Yes.
So there are so many facets to the human spirit.
I think you raise a phrase, though, that maybe we need to just quickly tap into, and is it pure evil? See, I struggle with the Hitlers and the Osama bin Ladens of the world that appear systematically pure evil. But for someone to commit an evil act or a murderous act, you know, Whitney, there are two things that I often think of when I experience the struggle that I go through. One is that there was a time in my life that I wanted to die, okay, and take my life. That's murder.
Oh.
So I do think that many of us are capable of it. If you think about suicide.
True.
And I'm not by any means endorsing it. I'm saying go into the experience. And the other experience that I always want to kind of remind myself and others of is, have you grown? Have I grown?
Of course.
Have I changed from the way I related 20 years ago? Have I, if you will, been redeemed? And I think the answer is yes. I think that if you and I can say that we've grown and changed,
sure,
right?
Right.
Then we want to give that opportunity to someone else. Now the victim's family is going to, and I know that, I understand that because I'm all pro-victims, but I still kind of fall back on that. Is that the best response?
Right.
Revenge. I want to watch him die. I don't know. I can't answer it.
And everyone has differently. You're right, because different people.
I'm not in that shoe, so I want to make that clear.
But you know what I said to Kim yesterday after I was doing some research and I was sharing with her what two of the offenders had done. I said, it is amazing to me that they can get up out of bed in the morning knowing what they have done and being changed.
Yes.
You know, at the time, they were both on drugs. They probably didn't realize the gravity and the heinousness of the crime that they did. But once you have gotten off drugs and you realize the gravity of what you did, that you can find a place to still love yourself is amazing.
It's a powerful statement of forgiveness of oneself. I want to remind you though of what we were talking about before we started the segment, and that was finding renewed purpose.
Yes.
Finding renewed mission, finding a renewed reason to get up in the morning other than to beat oneself.
Right. And if they can do that, boy, can't the rest of us?
Can't the rest of us? Can't the rest of us for our past mistakes, our past insults, our past hurts to other people?
Because we all have them, not
we all.
Of that gravity, obviously, or we hope. We never do, but
there's a line, Whitney. There's always in my book that line, and here's murder, you know. But we hurt each other.
Yeah.
We hurt each other along the way. But it's really, I thank you for going. I thank you for raising the issue. I think that we need to struggle with this, continue as a society. I do.
You're right.
And think about, is it barbaric, or is it the way of the nation?
True. And, you know, it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Just take a look at those guys.
It's never too late.
Who said the best thing that ever happened to them was prison?
Not amazing?
Isn't that amazing?
You know, in the world of addiction, not to take it away, but in the world of addiction, it has been said by many, many people that when you can start saying thank you for the addiction, you're in the best route of recovery.
Interesting.
When you can probably say the prison is what saved me, you're on the route to redemption. I thank God for what happened. It really is a powerful way of re-navigating what looks so horrible.
Yes.
Or reframing, or again, giving it redemption. It's just such a great word.
It is such a great word.
It's a great
So
to be
powerful.
deemed, to be redeemed.
Yes.
I love words.
I do too.
You know, to deem someone as valuable, to be redeemed.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
and may we all deem ourselves valuable and everyone in our path this coming week.
Amen.
Thanks, Nikki.
Yeah, it's great being with you.